What's going on, guys? My name's Connor, and today I have a fragrance review for you guys on Creed Aventus, which is one of the most talked about, sought after, and also expensive fragrances out there. So I'm going to be unboxing it, breaking down all the details of it, and also going over if I think it is worth the hefty price tag. So if you guys enjoy these kind of videos, you guys like hype and designer, I review some of the craziest items and also fragrances on YouTube. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as it really helps out my channel and gets my videos shown to more people. And while you're at it, make sure to claim your 4 free stocks on Webull by just clicking the link down there. It's completely free. Worst case scenario, you make 16 bucks. Best case scenario, you get stocks worth 1,600. So might as well do it. But without further ado, let's get right into the unboxing and review. Alright guys, so you guys probably all know this before watching this video, but this fragrance is not cheap at all. It's not super hard to get. Maybe the older batches kind of are, but the newer batches like this one are not hard to get. You can easily go on Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, or even Creed Boutique online and easily buy these. You can buy a 50 milliliter for $325. You can buy a 100 milliliter for $435, 250 milliliter, $670, 500 milliliter for $1,055. And if you guys want to go all out, I hope that if you guys are considering this, that you guys have at least tried the fragrance. But on Creed Boutique, you have the option to buy the 1,000 milliliter, which is going to run you $1,600. So even if you went for the 50 milliliter, it's still not cheap at all. But you can go all out and pay $1,600 for a fragrance, which is probably the most expensive that I have seen anywhere. But you guys can see the box right here. It definitely has a nice presentation. You can obviously see the silver, the matte black, and everything else. It'll just say Creed right here. Some stuff in a different language that I can't really read. Aventus right here. The back and the side. You guys can read a lot of the ingredients right here and also some information on the fragrance itself, giving a little bit of a backstory of how it was created, which I will cover more in depth later on in this video. A little signature at the bottom here. But once you open it up from the top, if I can get it, it's just going to open up like this. You're going to have 2 little papers in here. The first one is just going to say kind of what is in the fragrance. So I'll just read the first line and it'll just say these essence are absolute of flowers, woods, spices, and citrus fruit. That's the first line right there. And obviously if you guys want to read that all, you guys can go ahead and pause the video, set this to the side. I'll show you guys the next little paper right here, Creed, and it just kind of goes over the brand. So it's not really specific to Creed Aventus, but just some information. So for those of you guys who only know about Creed for its Aventus fragrance, here's some information on the brand itself. But you guys can obviously pause on that once you guys choose to. The bottom will obviously have the barcode and everything else. And then you will get the fragrance itself, which I will take out right here. Here's what it looks like. Creed, I've only done a few sprays with it. As you guys can see, it's pretty full. It'll say Aventus right here. The top will just say Creed as well. Back, nothing too special. It'll give more information about the brand, but it's also in a different language, so I can't really read that. Then it will say 50 milliliter or 1.7 ounces, which is the size of this one. I already went over all the prices of the different ones, but yeah, definitely a good presentation. So just to give you guys a little bit of an understanding of what this fragrance is, it was introduced back in 2010, but it was made by Olivier Creed, the person that designs the fragrances for Creed. Even though it's been around for a while, that's the current designer. And it was a collaboration with his son. So they created this fragrance. It just absolutely took off. It took off for the brand as well, as this is the fragrance that is the most sold by Creed of all time, even though they've been around for such a long time. And if you guys want to go ahead and look on eBay, you guys can see some of the older batches from like 2010 to 2012, and they'll go for 2 to 3 times the prices that I listed at the beginning. So you guys might be thinking right towards the beginning that, oh, this is a really expensive fragrance, or maybe you guys already knew that, but you guys probably didn't know that they can go for a lot more than this. I've seen a 50 milliliter, which this size is right here, go for more than $800, which is absolutely insane. And I personally wouldn't recommend it. I've actually gotten a little sampler of one of the older batches, and it was not worth it, to be honest with you guys. I mean, it smelled a little bit stronger, it smelled a little bit less fruity, but for those of you guys who don't care to pay $400 more, do not feel like you guys are missing out on anything, because it's not worth it. This fragrance right here is great by itself. You don't need to pay 2 or 3 times the already high price. And just a little fun fact, 99% of the people that wear this fragrance don't know this, but the name of Ventus means the wind. So when they created this fragrance, they wanted it to be from the wind, which is pretty cool. And it's just a nice thing to know, because most people just buy this fragrance because it's hyped up before they even try it and they know absolutely nothing about it. So you guys just making it to this part of the video, knowing all the stuff that you guys know now, you guys are going to be way ahead of all the people that own this fragrance, and you can kind of call them out and say, hey, why'd you buy it? Did you just buy it for the hype, or do you actually like it? And you can kind of share what you now know about the fragrance. So I'm sure you guys are wondering now, what the heck does this fragrance smell like? Is it worth $300, $400, $600? If I'm spending that much on a fragrance, am I at least gonna smell good? And the answer is yes. This fragrance is classified as a fruity rich scent, kind of meaning that it's fruity, yet it is for men, and it's also pretty strong. Some of the fruity fragrances out there, they'll smell a little bit fruity and they'll smell good at first, but they kind of fade away. But this is a long lasting, rich fragrance that kind of gives you a higher status. It's not fruity like gay, it's not fruity like, hey, is a guy or girl wearing this? It's not very unisex. This is definitely a very, very manly fragrance, and it is the only fruity men's fragrance that I have, to be completely honest with you guys. It's the only one that I wear. I'm not someone who likes to go for like a really fruity, strong kind of smell, but this one really suits me, and this is probably my favorite fragrance that I own right now. It's the one that I wear a lot. As you guys can see, I've only had it for a little bit, and I've already gotten down to here, and I really love it, and it definitely lasts me through most of the day. But some of the notes from this fragrance, so you guys can kind of get a feeling of what it smells like. It has notes of bergamot, black currant, pineapple, apple, and birch. And yeah, that's not exactly how I would describe it if I didn't do some research, but just giving you guys those notes will probably give you guys the best understanding of what it smells like. Fruity, rich, superior, strong. You only need to put about 2 sprays, and then those notes hopefully give you guys a good sense of what it kind of smells like. So obviously, like I mentioned, it's the best selling fragrance by Creed. So this mix of ingredients goes really well. And they also did so well with this fragrance that they created a Creed Aventus for women, which is completely different. It's going to be less masculine. It's going to be a little bit more fruity, but it's still a good fragrance. And this is a fragrance that is definitely one to go for in my opinion. So is this fragrance worth the price tag? Well, what I recommend you do is to try a sampler. Whether or not you want to reach out to me or you want to go to like a Nordstrom or wherever else and just get a little sample of it, I wouldn't suggest just jumping into it right away and spending $500 on a fragrance. I would definitely recommend that you try it out, you like it, and the most important thing is that you're actually going to wear it, because it's not cool enough to just sit there and not do anything with it. If you're going to spend $500 on a fragrance, you definitely want to be using it, so make sure it suits you. And what I want to throw in is also that this fragrance goes for any kind of lifestyle. It's meant to be used casually, but I see a lot of people wearing it at more high class events or parties or anything like that, which I do too. I wear it in pretty much every setting. I'm wearing it right now. I wear it when I go out just to go shopping. I use it when I am just at the office. You can really use it in any situation. It smells good. Just make sure that you don't spray too much because it is pretty strong. And also, one of the cons about this fragrance, which is probably the only con, other than the fact that it's pretty expensive, is that there are many clones of it. There are a lot of different fragrances that you can find at like Macy's or wherever else, because once other brands noticed, hey, this fragrance is doing so well, they went over and copied it. They copied a lot of the ingredients. They copied kind of the strength of it. And you can find a lot of other fragrances that smell exactly the same, and they're called clones. So if you guys just go online and search for clones of Creed Aventus, you guys can obviously find them. They'll be a lot less expensive. They'll probably be for like 50 or 60 bucks. You guys can go ahead and do that, but I really like this fragrance, and I feel like even the clones don't smell as good as this fragrance, or else I would go for them, because I'm all about saving money. Even though I review some expensive items on my channel, I make money off pretty much every single one of them, and I just kind of try to monetize the investments that I'm making, and also give you guys a good idea of what items are like, so you guys can make the best decision when you guys are purchasing. But lots of clones, pretty expensive, but the smell is there. It'll last you a long time. The 50 milliliter will last you about a year, and so on. You guys can kind of do the calculations. If it's 100 milliliters, then it'll last you about 2 years, and that's assuming that you spray it every single day. So this will last you a while. So if you think about $325, you're spending about $1 a day, assuming that you wore almost every day of the year. So let me know what you guys think of this fragrance. If you guys have owned it, have you guys tried a sampler? And even if you don't have someone who can get you samples, just message me on Instagram at connor.langley. I'll be happy to help you guys out. Hopefully you guys can subscribe to me, because once I get to the point where I start making money off of YouTube, I want to start giving away stuff like this and all the other items that I have on my channel. I'd love to review and just give them out. And I'm sure that would make some of you guys happy and also me happy, because I'm sure it would help my videos do a lot better. But let me know what you guys think of this fragrance. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Just leave it down in the comments so I can answer it for everyone. And also let me know if you guys need any help in getting this fragrance. It shouldn't be that hard to get, but I can get you an even better price than like Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's, and all that. I actually bought this fragrance for about $250, so I get it for about 25% off. I know people that own different fragrance companies, and so they just send me over stuff because I review it on my channel, and also because I'm a very strong returning customer. So let me know what you guys think of this fragrance. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if I can help any of you guys out. Peace.